What's up, guys? Aaron Warrior here. We're going to do NBA trade deadline special. Welcome to my latest SmackDown channel for sports and wrestling related topics. I'm going to have a guest on. I sent him a link. This is about basketball. NBA trade deadline just passed. Some major trades that happened today. Some teams didn't really do much. Some teams we expected to do. We expected to make some moves, did not really make any moves. Yeah, George. George, come in when you're done, whenever you're done. You know? But this is basketball news, guys. Basketball news, okay? The NBA trade deadline just passed, and this is active, fairly active. I would say, oh my god, a fairly active trade deadline. Yeah, there's been a lot of big moves. Okay, we're gonna get to them. You know, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, obviously the big moves. Kyrie Irving obviously is before the deadline. And Kevin Durant was traded today. And then we got some other deals that happened. You know, the three-way trade with the Lakers, Timberwolves, and Jazz. We got the Lakers acquiring, D'Angelo Russell's back in LA. Mike Conley goes to Denver, I believe. Yes, Denver. Is it Denver? The Wolves, right? The Wolves. It's between the Wolves, Lakers, and Jazz. Mike Conley gets dealt. Yes. I think Mike Conley goes to Denver, right? Yeah, he was on the Jazz, so he goes to Denver, right? That's the deal. And the Wolves get Westbrook? Yeah. Wolves get Westbrook. What was the deal again? Well, maybe when George comes on, could correct me on that. It's over. Hey Nate, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? It's funny. The West has gotten stronger. I say the West has gotten better, and the East has actually gotten a little weaker with the Brooklyn. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Brooklyn still has a good team with all the players they acquired in those trades." Yeah, but they have no superstar. Good to hear, Nate. They have no superstar. Okay, Brooklyn has no superstar, and Ben Simmons. Yeah. Ben Simmons is not a superstar. Oh, somebody's hurt. I'm watching a hockey game. Somebody's hurt. Oh, Nate. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you are following my sports channel. Thank you, Nate. Make sure to like. Three superstars. They all left in less than a year. Look at a year. Harden, Durant, and Kyrie all left in pretty much 1 year. It's funny as hell. And I'm gonna get. We're gonna go more in Brooklyn. We're gonna go more into Brooklyn and the trades they made when George gets on. As you know, he's a Brooklyn Nets fan, and he's a long-suffering Brooklyn Nets fan. And I'm pretty sure he's a very upset Brooklyn Nets fan right now. Okay, but we got these ridiculous deals out there. Jay Crowder, who was part of that Kyrie Irving, no, not part of the Kyrie Irving deal, but part of the Durant deal, right? Jay Crowder, who that got traded. You want to come in, Nate? I haven't had you on at all. Nate, Nate, you have Discord, right? So, because I know you don't have Twitter. So let me get you on Discord. Just a minute, Nate. I'm loading up Discord. I'm also waiting for George. He'll be on soon. Here you go. So Jay Crowder, who was traded in that Durant deal, gets traded again for Brooklyn, and they're getting 5 second-round picks for Jay Crowder. 5 second-round pick for Jay Crowder. My God, talk about ridiculous, man. Stupid. Literally stupid. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, the NBA second round picks are like a huge asset now. All of a sudden, they become like teams want second rounders. Who the hell gives up 5 second rounds pick for Jay Crowder? What stupid team does that? Seriously, well, the team that traded for him does that. Eh. Golden State made some moves, right? Golden State they traded their second overall pick, James Wiseman, to Detroit. Oh, I know, George. Apparently, they were on OG Anunoby from the Raptors, but they didn't want to give up Jonathan Kuminga, whatever. My man George, how was dinner, George?
Dinner was fine. It was mostly leftovers. Oops.
I hope you had a good dinner because your Brooklyn Nets team are really like.
Well, I was joking around with some of my friends at work who are basketball fans, and one of them is like the only one that's like a Knicks fan. So I was like, yo, let's all get on the Knicks bandwagon. Let's go for that 6th seed and maybe a first round competitive exit against the Bucks or the Sixers. Like literally, like that's what it's come down to at this point. It's like, good Lord.
Who the? I just want to know before we get into the meeting.
Someone brought up we got Cam Thomas averaging 40 points these last 2 games.
Yeah, have you heard Jeremy Lin? You get the idea.
Exactly. That's what I was like. It's like, yeah, this is Lin's sanity. How long is this going to last for?
Yeah, I just want to know
still got
before we
Ben
really get.
Simmons.
I just want to know when we go deep dive into this trade deadline, which is a pretty crazy trade deadline, if you ask me.
Oh my
Who the hell gives a
gosh.
5-second round picks for Crowder?
Or like Patrick Beverly from Obama.
Orlando's stupid for doing that. I'm sorry.
Listen, the Lakers won in my opinion this trade deadline.
They did good this trade deadline. They definitely got better.
Like I don't think they're gonna win. They're definitely not gonna win the championship. But I think that they got a better chance of maybe at best I think they can sneak in as like a 5th or 6th seed.
I got Nate in. Hey Nate, first time on my shows actually.
Hello, Aaron. Hello, George.
Hello.
All I gotta say is this: I already expected this was gonna happen. I told every Nets fans, my friends, I told every friend who were Nets fans. I said, "Dude, you went too early." And I was like, everybody said, "Yeah, KD, Kyrie, we're gonna win championships." I was like, "Dude, you sacrificed your souls for KD and Kyrie." And now look at you got even though I like Mikal Bridges, he's dope, and Cam Thomas is improving, and you got Dinwiddie coming back. But listen, you had KD, Kyrie, James Harden, and in a year and a half, gone. Yeah. That's just crazy.
You're the 4th seed in the East too, and a very strong top 4.
And here's the thing. They were actually playing decently when
they were playing really good.
Here's the thing. Even when KD went out, like Kyrie was actually like delivering for them. Like they were playing decently to like stay as like a 4th seed. So it's like here's the thing. Like if what should have happened was there should have been a thing where it's like, okay, let's try one more time this season, and if we don't get it done, then we go our separate ways.
No, it wasn't. No. The thing. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
The craziest thing now, Brian Warnhurst, of ESPN, says now, Kyrie may not stay in Dallas. He may actually be joining KD and Phoenix in the offseason.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine? Here's the thing.
No, I would not want that for Phoenix. I would not want that.
No.
Phoenix with KD, Kyrie, and then Devin Booker on that squad. No.
DeAndre Ayton, like, are you kidding me?
I don't fear Ayton like that. I don't fear him like that. I'm sorry.
No, they want to get rid of Ayton. If they could, they would.
Yo, I'm surprised they didn't include him in a trade package.
No, they weren't going to do that. They got a lot of money. They weren't going to do that. They want to win now, and they believe that with. Listen, you got rid of Jay Crowder, who I believe sucks. Mikal Bridges, who could be a future Kawhi Leonard type. I'm not saying he'll be Kawhi Leonard, but I say Kawhi Leonard type. Then you got Cam Johnson, who reminds me a little bit of what's that dude? Cam Johnson. What's that dude's name? He reminds me of Sean Marion in a bit. So I believe the Nets. Literally got a good haul for the future, but then it just reverts.
Draft picks, definitely the capital.
But the problem I have.
Yeah, no superstar.
No, it's not that. It's that you're now in the same position you were in 2017, when literally you had nobodies. You literally had nobodies, and they were doing well. I don't know.
But here's the thing, like this. I don't think that this is gonna be like a worse C team, but it's like this is a team where I can see are gonna be in basketball hell.
I never seen a team that's top 4 in their conference trade away their 2 superstars.
That's just so weird.
I see it once. It was when it was with the Lakers, and it was the Lakers and Grizzlies. They were like top 5, and they traded Pau Gasol to the Lakers, and I was like, you must be the dumbest.
No, if you're a top seed and you trade your superstars, you better get a superstar in return. I'm sorry.
Dude,
here's the thing. They traded away Kwame Brown to get Pau Gasol.
And they got Marc Gasol too.
But no one knew Marc Gasol was going to be an all-star.
I would say this. I think Paul Gasol was a better offensive player than Marc, but I think Marc was a better overall player than Paul.
He was a better defender
and passer too.
Yeah, I agree with you on that standpoint. Yeah. I think they're both even in that standpoint. They're both even in passing. But I believe defensively, Mark is better than.
Oh
than
yeah.
Kyle.
Well, he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't think the Raptors win the championship without Mark. And that was
Yeah.
the tailor end of his career too. That wasn't like the prime
I was
Mark.
I was happy that they won. I really was. I don't hate the Golden State Warriors. I just hated KD with the Golden State because I was like every time I was like, we all know who's going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
And everybody said it was like conference. I was like, no, they're going to be in the finals every freaking year. Come on now, let's stop.
Not
Stop
this year. I don't think they're gonna make it this year.
Oh no, they're not going to make it this year.
No,
But I
they ain't
believe
gonna.
they're not going to make it this year. I'm
Look,
telling you.
Look, all
Denver's-
these trades that were made, like it's Denver's going to be one of the teams that's going to be in the conference finals, and I don't know. I think the Suns will probably.
I don't
make
think
it.
so. I'm sorry. As much as I love KD, Devin Booker, and CP3, they're not good defensively. They're terrible. They're terrible on defense. And now you got rid of literally your best defender in Mikal Bridges, and you got what's that dude's name? TJ Warren. He's not.
Yeah.
He's an offensive guy. Come on now. This is.
T.J. Warren wasn't he originally a Phoenix Sun?
Yeah, but it wasn't. It
that
wasn't.
was back when they were horrible.
I mean,
Yeah,
look at the Raptors.
it
Look
was
at the Raptors.
trash.
Look at my Raptors. They got Pirtle back. I'm like, why? And they made no moves. My Raptors have no
Pirtle-
idea what.
Oh, my goodness.
Pirtle's a better. I think Pirtle's was a good choice. I mean,
But
they
the thing is, the Raptors have no direction where they're going. We don't know. If
No,
they're
they got-
go
but
forward
They're
or
in
they-
not.
basketball hell.
but they needed
Yeah.
but they needed a center.
No, but the thing is, Nate, they have 3 free agents at the end of the season: Trent, Van Fleet, and Pirtle, and they can't really afford all 3 of them. And they didn't trade one of them. I mean, Trent or Van Fleet.
Van Vliet, I believe they're gonna bring Van Vliet back from that standpoint. But
Yeah, because we don't have a point guard that's ready to take the next
now
one. starting.
Trent, yeah, he's a cap casualty. He's a cap casualty, and I believe they're gonna have Pirtle for cheap. They're gonna put him for cheap. But Trent is the one that's gonna be going, and I believe he'll go to. If I had to choose. I would let him. I believe not Minnesota. What's that team? I believe Utah would take him. Utah would take him in the offseason.
Okay, yeah.
All I can say is like this happened in the middle of the night. You know where I found this out from? I found it out from the DM group. Isaac sharing the post.
I didn't check. I woke up, put on my computer. And I'm like, I went to Real GM because I love Real GM. And I'm like, Durant traded. I'm like, what the hell? Ugh.
See, here's
No.
the thing.
Only thing sorry if I cut you off. Sorry, but the only I had it's like Durant trade. I was like, oh my god, is he traded to the Lakers? I had the worst case scenario
Oh,
in
can
my
you
head.
imagine?
Because I was like, if Durant traded
No.
to the Lakers, and you get Russell Westbrook, I was like,
Why?
yo,
Why-
only the Lakers.
Why in the hell did David Stern, when he canceled the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers, he hasn't canceled any other trades that could ruin the NBA.
Well, here's the reason why. Because you had the I hate to be that guy, but it had to be the bitch in the Cavs owner. I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh
And
yeah,
he was hella salty with the LeBron trade, and he see that the trade that the Lakers had gotten for Chris Paul, they would have gotten even more money off the cap.
oh
So not only the Lakers would have been extremely better, they would have gotten money off the cap so that they could get another superstar for the next for the offseason. So that's why David Stern nixed that and let him go to Sob City, aka the Clippers.
well, I didn't know that. But yes, I don't like this. I think super teams ruin the sport of basketball. Honestly,
Agreed. Like a 2-man group, I'm okay with 2-man groups, but
yeah, 3.
it's just 3 is just ridiculous.
I just hate superstar entitlement these days. Things are not going well. I'm going to demand a trade. They don't have no loyalty in basketball. They're the least loyal athletes in all of professional sports, basketball players.
I mean, back in the 90s,
Here's the thing. It's gotten worse since, believe it or not, when Kyrie demanded a trade from Cleveland.
They have a lot of power.
LeBron, Kyrie started this whole thing.
no.
Like,
No,
because
this started way before that. This is when
it's gotten
this
worse
is-
since Kyrie.
No, this was when the Westbrook. This was when the KD trade. When LeBron went to South Beach, that's when it started. But
No, he left as a free agent. He fulfilled
yeah, I
his
know that
contract.
part. But that's when like the super team was really formed.
I'm talking about players demanding trade requests all the time.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Like it's gotten worse with like Kyrie started the trend. Like it used to be, guys fill their contracts and then they can go wherever they want.
Agreed.
And then Kyrie started this whole trend where he said players can demand trade.
I have no problem with free agents going wherever they want. They're allowed to do that. That's their right as free agents. But to give up in 1 or 2 years, that is what pisses me off.
See, that's why I never get annoyed when LeBron leaves in free agency because he fulfills his contract and he has the right to do whatever. And look, outside of his first tenure with Cleveland and all his other tenures, he's at least won a championship. So
here's the thing with Kyrie.
His obligation.
Here's the thing, Kyrie. If he can't be happy in Cleveland, Boston, New York, he ain't going to be happy in Dallas. He's not going to be happy in Phoenix. He's not going to be happy in LA. He's not going to be happy anywhere.
First of all,
he wasn't happy competing for championships in Cleveland. He wasn't happy winning one.
Because I feel like for him, because it was LeBron. Because everybody said, "Oh, LeBron did this." Everybody.
It's his team, LeBron's team. Yeah.
And I could see that from his perspective because he's like he got that Kobe mentality because he's like, I was that dude. But remember, when you were that dude, you were the bottom. You were the bottom.
You were a loser.
You were a first round draft. You were a first round. You were a number one overall.
And the team wasn't good with them when he was.
Here's the theory that I have. I think LeBron, he cannot get away with his antics the same way he's been getting away with them now under LeBron. I think because remember, his last year in Cleveland, he started doing that flat Earth stuff, and then all of a sudden it got shut down right away.
Oh yeah,
I think LeBron put a stop to that, and I think, LeBron's not going to put up with Kyrie's antics.
And I think with Boston, I'll say this: Boston, he was traded to Boston. Boston thought he could lead the team, but you know what? It was never going to be his team. It was always going to be Tatum and Jaylen Brown's team.
Actually,
even though it was a sophomore year.
Actually, it was Kyrie's team. But then when he got injured, and you saw how they pushed the Cavs to 7 games, then it became Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's team, because it was still Kyrie's team. But then when he got injured and they pushed to 7 games,
and he lied about
it was showed that he was expendable. Kyrie was expendable.
See the thing with Kyrie, right? New York, Brooklyn, it was his hometown, right, where he's from. If you can't be happy in your hometown, you're not gonna be happy anywhere.
It's Brooklyn. No, listen, no disrespect,
Brooklyn over New York, over the Knicks, that tells you something.
Listen. Like I said, I'm gonna say this right now. Say what you will about. I don't disrespect Brooklyn, but they Jersey. They still got the New Jersey steak on them. I've been telling friends about this. I was like, dude.
You're not disrespecting Brooklyn. It's just that it's more disrespecting the Knicks.
No.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently the
Knicks has been trash for since.
But the Knicks should be one of those teams in NBA that everybody wants to talk about, go to. But their brand has been so tarnished because they've been crap for 20 years.
Yeah, because you have a crappy owner who does not know what the hell.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Apparently, the rumor was that KD was more interested in going to the Knicks, but Kyrie talked him into going with him to Brooklyn.
It's like going to the Islanders over the Rangers.
I mean, let's not disrespect that the Islanders like that. They're getting better now.
I know, but my point is New York is mostly a Yankee, Giants, Knicks, Rangers town, and there's obviously some people that love the other New York towns, but
hater.
I'm just saying,
I'm messing with you.
I'm just saying, when you go to Chicago, the Cubs, it's always the Cubs over the White Sox. You know my point?
Because the White Sox suck.
Yeah.
Cubs all day.
Be the Lakers over the Clippers.
I mean, remember, there was rumors back then when LeBron was a free agent or he possibly be free agent. Oh, then he may go to the Knicks.
Yeah, but remember, he has beef with Phil Jackson. So that was already next from that standpoint. So I already knew
Oh,
that.
Phil Jackson was attached to the Knicks in 2010.
Yeah, and
Carmelo was like the best player they had in 20 years. So.
listen. I said this once, and I'll say it again. The worst thing the Knicks had ever done outside of trading Patrick Ewing was that Melo trade. That Melo trade really set them back like 5 years, because if they kept it intact and bring Melo in there and you add, and remember this year's the draft that they could have gotten all these you could have had a Giannis, you could have had all these great players.
They don't draft well.
And of course they don't draft well because you have a general manager who's literally up James Dolan's butt. So
I mean, they haven't drafted well in years. I mean,
Knox
hasn't panned out. He just got traded. Toppin is like okay, but like
no. The problem is you have a coach who's so traditional.
Thibodeau,
and you need a young guy who's literally like fast paced, and still you could still do defense, but you gotta be fast paced with.
Thibodeau is just that Thibodeau likes to overwork his starters.
Oh,
no, Thibodeau used to play Luol Deng 40 minutes a night in Chicago.
I still remember. Oh yeah, facts. It was terrible. And
Joakim Noah played 35 minutes a night. Like that's a lot for a
that's
center.
Nick Nurse, the coach of the Raptors, does that now, and you start to see his toll on the players.
Agreed.
It's
like Jimmy Butler, one season was averaging 30 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Well, and that's nuts.
Yo, I remember the 2013 playoffs. Jimmy Butler,
I think the Knicks did a solid move getting Josh Hart, because I think he saw it defensively as a guard. I think that's a good move.
I think Josh Hart is perfect from this standpoint, is because Josh Hart, he's an all-around guy. He can rebound, he can shoot, he can defend. He can defend three positions, and plus he has familiarity with Brunson because their days back in Villanova.
And there was talks of them in Chicago discussing Zach LaVine. Obviously, it didn't happen.
They weren't going to do it.
I think Zach LaVine is a kind of like a hog shooter, you know.
Really, Julius Randle is not a hog?
Yeah, but I think Randle over Zach LaVine, because I think Randle does more things than Zach.
If you see his turnovers, that tell you otherwise, my friend.
The Knicks.
Listen, there are now 5 teams that are in basketball hell. One is the Bulls.
It shouldn't be. The Bulls shouldn't be. The Bulls should have been. I mean, they had a good season last year. They shouldn't.
Yo, here's the thing: the Bulls at one point last season were the best team in the East.
Yeah, but now
the problem was when Lonzo Ball, ever since Lonzo Ball got hurt, they've just gone downhill.
Yeah,
which is crazy. It's crazy, that Lonzo Ball made such a big difference for them.
Yes, it does.
And he hasn't even played yet this season. He might not even play this season.
They're probably going to nix him out of his contract.
Yeah, because what was I going to say? In Chicago, I think Nick Vujicic is a free agent.
Vujicic?
Yeah, Vujicic. Yeah. DeRozan. I mean, DeRozan is really.
He's been really good for them.
Yeah.
He's going to be. He looked like he's going to be falling off very soon.
I think when he got to San Antonio, Popovich would let DeRozan expand his game, because in Toronto they would barely let him shoot threes.
Just letting him mid-range.
Yeah, and you know what? And he had a form to shoot a three. His form wasn't bad. His form could shoot three. So some other good moves. I don't know. Patrick Beverly is gone.
Oh, thank goodness.
He was trash in the first place.
He was trash, but I don't know why Orlando will trade Mo.
Well.
Wait, who did the Lakers get then?
Mo Bamba, whatever his name. Bamba.
For the Lakers?
Yeah, for Patrick Beverly. Orlando's stupid.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, let me get the starting line. Okay, we got Russell, D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, LeBron, AD, and Thomas Bryant. Bench.
Thomas Bryant's been traded.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
been traded as well.
Oh,
Denver, right? Denver, right?
Yeah.
oh, who did they get for that one then?
Oh, some scrubs. I don't know their names.
Oh.
David Reed, Devon Reed. What? I don't know.
Hey, listen. All I know is this: they got a bench now. Even though I like Thomas Bryant, I think he was a dude. He was literally a do-it-all for the Lakers.
He was not defensively. He wasn't good.
Yeah,
His upgrade defensively.
bomb, and he could shoot.
Yeah.
Bamba with that, I'm telling you, Bamba with LeBron. LeBron will love Bamba. I'm just telling you that right now.
I think Orlando was stupid doing that deal because I thought Orlando is one of those teams that's on the rise.
Oh, stop it! Orlando has been.
Listen. When they were on the rise, they were in basketball hell.
Thank you.
No, but I think this year they showed. I think they actually showed some potential this
They're
year.
still in basketball hell, Aaron.
Yeah, but they got some good young talent.
Of
Really
course,
good young talent.
I do like Wagner. I like
Wagner, and I think the guy that drafted this year, Balenko has some skill. Yeah, he has skill. Jaden Suggs hasn't panned out.
Suggs, no, the problem is Suggs is. I feel like Suggs has been ousted, and I said this even before, because I said Suggs is going to be the odd man out in that Magic team, and I was going to say because Lachenko, you could see he's not feeling this offense. And I have a weird feeling he's going to be traded probably to the he'll probably be traded to the Raptors. I really think that would be a definite upgrade, putting him, and then you have with Van Vliet and with Siakam. Oh look, that'll be a good team. I think
I don't know what the Raptors are doing. There's apparently a lot of
man. I believe in Masai Ujiri. Masai Ujiri steered me wrong.
I do too. It's just that
he nicks my team so many times.
He's
with the Andre Bargnardi trade. I was like, why would you trade with the same guy who screwed you over?
And also the Kyle Lowry trade that didn't happen.
Oh my God, I have never.
You almost got Kyle Lowry for Tim Hardaway.
I was so heated. I was like, only the Knicks. Dude,
well, I think it's the Knicks who said no to that deal. It wasn't the Raptors. I think it was the Knicks who said no.
Yeah, I know, and I said only the Knicks.
Yeah.
Man, they could drop. Every time I feel like drop.
I gotta thank you for that, because if it wasn't for Kyle Lowry, we would have not made the playoffs for like 9 or 8 years straight.
Yeah,
I agree. And then you had Kawhi and won the title.
I just find it crazy, like decisions that were made like a decade ago in basketball are still affecting teams today.
Exactly.
Maybe the Knicks should get Messiah as their GM. So we'll see.
You guys remember like a decade ago, like what was happening in the NBA? The Lakers made the trade for Dwight Howard. Like 10 years ago was the season Dwight Howard was a Laker. That was an epic disaster. That set back the Lakers so many years.
Didn't he leave like the
Magic back so many years? Yeah, he left. Went to Houston.
And then he went to Houston, and that was a disaster. And then he went to the Wizards and the Hornets, and then went back to the Lakers and won a title.
Got a bubble. Whoopie-doo.
Actually, no. Before he went to the Wizards, he was a Hawk
also.
Oh yeah, he was a Hawk. Yeah,
and they traded him because he was like he was starting to shoot threes.
Didn't he go to the Hornets?
Oh yeah, that's right. He did go to the Hornets.
No one cared about that one.
The Hornets were still irrelevant. See, that's what I mean. Like all these decisions that happened a decade ago, like have impacted the NBA. Like remember a decade ago, like the Nets tried making a super team with like Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, and Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
Okay, Paul Pierce. I still, my mind boggled when they traded for Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry. I was like, you guys are the dumbest people on the planet.
Yeah, you traded away their future because guess what those picks turned into? Jason Brown and Jason Tatum.
And Jason Tatum. I was like, and I said this to people, I said, you're still Jersey for that time.
And they had Jason Kidd as a coach, as a rookie head coach too. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
bad.
it's like, but
It's-
here's the thing. So they repeated that mistake as well, because remember they made Steve Nash the head coach of Kyrie, KD, and then James Harden. Like they're giving these rookie coaches
I find
like the
it's-
toughest jobs.
I find it so weird you're playing for a coach that you actually played against. Like
Not
for,
really. Not really.
Like,
Not really.
yeah, and Nash is not suited for that Brooklyn team. He's not suited for those
He
personalities.
needed to be an
No,
assistant.
he's a nice,
Yeah.
he's too nice of
He
a
needed
guy.
to be an assistant.
Because when he was with Phoenix, they had star players Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire, even Grant Hill to a little bit, but right, and Grant Hill was a star player, but not really for Phoenix. He wasn't like a major superstar then, but he was early in his career, Detroit, right?
Man,
They had no
that-
egos.
Listen,
There
if
was no
he was going to
egos.
be a head coach, he should have been a head coach of a young team,
or
Yeah,
a college
because
team.
like that he would have
He should-
fit a young
he should
team
coach the
better.
Raptors.
Nah, I would not do that. As much as I love Captain Canada, nah, I would not want that. I'm telling you that right
He should
now.
have
But
coached
here's,
the
here's the
Raptors.
here's the thing to remember. Kyrie basically screwed this whole team over. I'm not saying like that
Facts.
like he's the only one that should get the blame, but like remember this, like he forced James Harden out, like but
did.
because James Harden couldn't stand his antics.
And I'm surprised because sometimes I can't stand Harden's antics.
People forget a year ago when like there were rumors the Nets were going to trade Kyrie. Kyrie was threatening to retire if he got traded.
Oh my god.
He held the team hostage. So it's like
All the time.
because here's the thing. You don't think like if the Nets wanted to, like they would have traded Kyrie right away? Because think about it, you trade Kyrie and you still have James Harden and Kevin Durant, it'd be probably a better situation.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, granted, like James Harden's not as good as he used to be, but like he probably wouldn't dip on KD like that. Him and KD had a solid relationship. Just give them some better role players. Heck, you know what?
Yeah.
You could have traded Kyrie to Philadelphia. You still could have gotten Ben Simmons.
Actually, even worse. I'll even go even further. Look at the OKC situation. You had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, and now
Yes.
look at that team. It's pretty much a similar situation back years ago.
But also, here's the thing: you could have traded Kyrie for Ben Simmons. You know what? Ben Simmons, he's not a good player, but you know what? He's still a decent passer. You don't think he would have been passing the ball to Harden and KD like if it was the other way around? Just give them better role players. They could have made a better run and less drama.
I agree.
But again, Kyrie held that team hostage by saying, "Yo, I'm going to retire," so no team would want to trade for him.
Pretty much Aaron Rodgers. He really Aaron Rodgers before Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my god, Aaron Rodgers. Why don't you get isolate himself for 4 days before making a decision?
Hey, he's trying to stretch this out. I see his plan. Because everybody's saying they want literally, to be honest, for me, I don't want him. I don't want him on my team, but I do want. But if he does go, I'll support him. But I believe we should be sticking with the person we have. That's just me.
He's just a weird quarterback.
He's weird, but he's talented.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened with Kyrie. His antics is driving people crazy too. But he's talented.
Kyrie lives in a world where he thinks what he says is reality.
Here's the thing: he went to Duke for like a year, and it's like he thinks
I'm
he's all of a
surprised
sudden the best philosopher of our time.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like,
surprised.
I think I've taken more philosophy classes in college than he did.
And Duke is no slouch of a school, man. It's hard. It's a very good tech school.
It's just like it's like his whole thing was like I did not know what he wanted out of this. It's like, did he decide he woke to wake up one day and say, "Hey, I'm going to sabotage my childhood team that I play for"?
He really don't care.
It's just like, and I think the problem was the Brooklyn Nets gave into him way too much.
They sold.
Well, they gave him to Durant. You know,
they literally sold their soul for KD and Kyrie.
You know, apparently Brooklyn never won Kyrie Irving, but they wanted Kevin Durant. And the only way for them to get Kevin Durant is that Kevin Durant told him, if you want me, you got to get Kyrie.
Yeah, because like KD apparently was more interested in going to the Knicks. It's like,
I think he should go to the Knicks.
KD with Coach Tibbs and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, like
That would be that's oh boy.
that'd be a solid squad.
I don't know why players really like Kyrie Irving. I don't know how.
Because he's that good.
No,
He's
but like as a
awesome.
person,
But, like,
knowing
personality
what he
wise.
is, yeah, like
Dude. We have seen throughout football, hockey, baseball, etc. that no matter how crazy his antics is, if he's talented, they get it. Why you think people like Antonio Brown was
Oh,
getting all
yeah.
this stuff and he
That's
because
true.
of his antics, but he's talented.
if he wasn't, yeah, say if you're just an average Joe, just an average player, you're not getting a chance again.
Exactly. No one will give you a chance
There's
at
no,
all.
it's like, exactly, man. Exactly. He has to say something really dumb or do something really dumb for him to basically not get another chance.
Hmm.
Like, he actually has to be like Antonio Brown's done for sure. They're not going to get him back because he's not as good.
He was dude. When the last chance you had was Tom Brady and you destroyed him on that, you're done.
And that,
You're dead out here.
yeah. Yeah, let's get to some other stuff. So yeah,
I mean, Russell Westbrook's no longer a Laker.
we went to Timberwolves, right?
No,
No,
the
he's with
Utah
Utah.
Jazz.
Yeah, he's with
Utah.
The tank has begun.
Conley
The
went to
tank
Minnesota,
has
right?
begun. Oh my God, they're getting Watanabe, whatever his name is.
Utah. Yeah, so Minnesota's getting Conley, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a better choice with Edwards and Cat. I think that's a perfect system.
Yeah, because they don't have.
No, the Lakers won that trade, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go that far, not yet.
Russell's back as a Laker. At least they don't have Nicky Young.
Listen, Russ. Like I said, I will see. That's all I gotta say because I can't say that they won the trade. I gotta see how the chemistry will go.
Because Russell, like West, needs the ball in his hand.
But he's a good facilitator. If you put him with like shooters, like a Anthony and like a Covington, and then you have Cat in there,
Yeah.
and then you got a lob machine with Gobert. Oh yeah, this will be good. I mean, but
I'll never understand why the Timberwolves traded for Gobert. Like that was just.
you know why? Because they wanted to.
I never did think Gobert and Towns would work.
I think no. The reason why it didn't work is because you got D'Angelo. Who's a driver. You have Anthony Edwards, who's a driver. And
Yeah.
you cannot and when you have two drivers, that's just gonna condense the floor a lot, and that's gonna make Gobert a liability. Now you got a Conley who's gonna be step back 3-point mid range guy, and they'll still give space for people like a Cat and Edwards, and still can get lobs for Gobert.
I'm gonna say this. My hot take here. You're probably disagreeing. I think Pirtle's better than Gobert.
I agree with you. I'm sorry.
Because I think he has more skill than Gobert. Gobert is just tall, so it makes him look like a good defender.
The thing about it is with Pirtle has a
Offense. He has some offensive game.
Yeah, he has some offensive game. Gobert has nothing.
No.
He literally has no. He doesn't even do any post moves. And
No.
I
No, I
got
agree.
the Bulls Nets game on TV right now. It's like
Oh,
it just
man.
feels so weird. I think Ben Simmons finally got in the game.
Is Cam Thompson gonna go out for 40? Yes, Creston.
so Cam
Oh,
Thompson, that was a guy that I wanted so badly. I like this game. I like this game a lot, and I feel like Cam Thompson's gonna be the star for that Brooklyn Nets team. Who cares about Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons is probably gonna go to Sob City, somewhere else. He'll go to Sob City and be.
Well, Aaron, be glad that your Raptors didn't trade for Ben Simmons.
Oh my God, that was from Monday. That
Yo,
I would've
imagine like you guys gave us Siakam for Ben Simmons, and that would be enough to keep KD happy.
Trent Jr. and Van Vliet for Ben Simmons.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. That's a no. Masai Ujiri, he wants players that play hard and are not scared. He's not taking a guy like Ben Simmons. Ben
To be honest,
Simmons,
if I really thought you would have got what's that dude's name from um I can't remember his name.
uh, Ben Simmons needs to be in a market that doesn't have a big media presence,
Ain't
like
gonna happen.
like Philadelphia or Brooklyn. Yeah, that's true. He needs to be in a smaller market.
It ain't gonna happen.
That's true.
Dude, he is too big. He's too big of a box office. Dude, the only thing he needs to do is fix his jump shot.
He's a bun.
If he fixes his jump shot,
He's a bum
then
jokes right now.
yeah,
He's
but like,
afraid. He's afraid of doing layups now too and stuff like that. Like
because of Philly. That I'm telling you, that playoff game really messed him up. Like, listen, when you have a game like that, it takes a long time to get out of
no,
it.
you're right. You're right. But it's a sportsman. You know, in sports you have to have a short memory.
No. I remember one. The I still remember one game. It was against the I think it was not Pittsburgh. It was the Cardinals. It was Cardinals and yeah, it was Cardinals versus Panthers, and the game was so like Jake Malone played so badly to the point where people were booing him out the building, and that really set him like off to the point where he retired. And that was a bad game. It was so bad. It was terrible. It was a blowout. So games like that really will it's gonna catch up to you.
Well, you know what? You're right. But he played in Philly, man.
Listen, listen, you got beads for days.
Yeah.
Clearly,
I think Ben Simmons was aware that if you play like shit in Philly,
they'll tell it to you.
yeah, they don't care.
I mean,
they don't cheer anybody in Philly. I'm sorry, like they don't cheer anybody. Man,
they cheer,
Yeah.
they cheer Embiid. They cheer Embiid.
That's true.
Here's what I will say. I still think the NBA Finals is going to be the Nuggets versus the Celtics.
I don't
Probably.
believe it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. As much as I don't believe in the Nuggets, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't believe in the Joker?
I believe in the Joker. I just don't believe in their defense. They're not that good.
Because here's the thing. I think this year, like Phoenix is not going to make it this year. I think next year they'll have a better shot once the chemistry probably gets better.
Oh yeah, they do have Durant.
But because you just can't all of a sudden hope in a few months this team's gonna get it together. I think they'll probably make the conference finals. I can see, but I can't see them getting to the finals.
Listen, don't sleep on Chris. I told this to everyone. Don't sleep on Chris Paul.
Oh no, I'm not down on Chris Paul either. I'm a fan of Chris Paul. That's why I'm saying I think next year they'll have a better shot. I
think he'll retire.
I don't think he's gonna be on the team next year.
I think Chris Paul will retire.
You think Kyrie's gonna join?
Nah.
He's gonna look for a point guard. They're gonna look for another point guard.
I think he'll go. I think he'll go somewhere that's gonna benefit him.
He's gonna go to the Lakers.
I definitely think in the East it's going to be the Celtics. I think it's even been more guaranteed after what happened with this Brooklyn trade.
Listen, Boston is Boston, and I do like I said, I have particular qualms with who's the coach now for that Celtics.
I have no idea.
I don't.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Yeah, the Celtics coach now, the interim coach now. But I
don't even think it's interim anymore. I think it's official now.
But like I said, for me, I just think that with that team as a whole, they go where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown go, and I just don't think when the pressure's high, they get very lackadaisical in certain aspects. But I believe in their defense, but I don't believe they're going to make the championship. To be honest, I want Bucks versus Nuggets.
Yeah, if you notice, the top East teams, the three teams: Philadelphia,
They're not gonna make it.
Boston, and Milwaukee. They made little moves, right? Little moves. They don't make major moves because they feel the chemistry is good enough to get them to the title. Like they don't need. Well, these other teams, especially the Western teams, they had to make the Western teams especially made major moves because it's a very wide open West, and they don't know. Denver seems like the only team that's running away with that conference, so they don't. So they need to make moves like that might change the outlook of their team. While the top teams in the East made minor moves because they don't want to ruin their chemistry because they believe the team they have with the minor changes could go to the finals.
I mean, the Bucks. The only big change they made was add Jay Crowder to their solid roster.
Five
Which is a
second
good,
round
which
picks.
was a good, which was a good steal. It's pretty much PJ Tucker.
Because he fits that
Like,
style. He fits
yeah.
that style of play.
I think
So,
it's
like,
Barry Tucker because I think he actually has more.
he can shoot
elite
he
length.
can shoot pretty. He can shoot okay. He can shoot better than PJ Tucker.
I think he has better length than Tucker.
Mm.
Like here's the
Defensive.
thing. Yeah. To me, also I just noticed something actually. You know how Ja Morant got all cocky all of a sudden.
Oh,
Now
boy.
the West has become more competitive,
Because
and they
of
haven't
him.
been doing that well lately.
Exactly. He
So
said, we're
he
fine
got all
with the
cocky. Well, here's the thing. He started off by him and the Grizzlies going
The
after
thing
Shannon
is,
Sharp.
if there's one team I think I get upset in the first round, it's Memphis because they're not a good offensive team. They can't
You know,
shoot.
they gotten very arrogant, that team. It's
Yeah.
like they thought they were
Screw
gonna
them.
walk away with the West.
Yeah, they're cocky as hell, man. They're
I
like,
hate them so much.
why are they so cocky? They don't. Nobody has a grudge against them. Seriously, it's like they don't think.
No,
They're
because
not they're not even the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons for
No.
crying out loud. The has-beens.
they're not even has-beens. They're like the like the Cleveland back in the 90s. They think
Yeah.
they were hard, but they're not. They're
You
pretty
know
much.
what? Do something for the playoffs. Win the playoff round and get a rep for something
They're
like
not
that.
going to listen.
No.
I said this once, and I'll say it again. Memphis is not. They're just and they're young.
They're very young. Yeah.
They're not going to win. And especially if they're face off against Phoenix, oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's the done deal.
Here's the thing. I think they think because their rebuild ended quickly compared to most team rebuilds, all of a sudden they're hot stuff. It's like, no, you just you still gotta develop. You listen, they got lucky compared to most teams that are struggling to rebuild. Their rebuild has been going smoother, but it's that don't mean you're gonna win right away.
Mm-hmm. And well,
here's the thing. To me, the team that I think's done the best rebuild has been the Boston Celtics. After they traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, they only missed the playoffs
Any
once,
age.
and they got better. And they were adding talent each year. They went from a first round exit team to a conference finals team.
yeah, and
To me, they only had really one major setback. It was a couple years ago when they were in the play-in and they lost to the Brooklyn Nets, believe it or not.
yeah.
But it's here's the thing. They changed the coaching and they made it to the finals last year. Now they changed the coaching again and they're even better than they were last year.
Yeah, and they were also up 2-1. They were up 2-1 against the Golden State Warriors. If they just didn't mess it up in the end, I think they would have won. I think they would have had their 18th title.
And listen, everyone thought oh, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, someone's gonna get traded.
Jason
made it
Tatum
work.
did not show up in the final game.
Yeah, but it's the first finals. I wasn't surprised about that. It was
and here's the thing. How Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been playing. This is what I think a lot of people were hoping the Los Angeles Clippers would be. Two players that are similar, that play similar style, getting to a championship. It's we're seeing that in Boston with Tatum and
Paul
Brown.
George and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, everyone thought this is going to be the team to beat.
Well, George has always been overrated. I think George is one.
Dude, I'm not gonna be saying oh, we're rooting for Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, they traded Wall also, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Like,
Who they traded him to?
Wall went back to Houston.
I love how NBA media hypes up some of these teams and then they just let everyone down. It's like they were hyping the Brooklyn Nets. Like, here's the thing, they were hyping them up back in 2021. They said the Bucks have no chance whatsoever. Guess what? The Bucks won the championship that year.
Listen. I said this once and I'll say it again. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself again. That Brooklyn team wasn't gonna win. It wasn't gonna win.
Like, here's the thing. The media is always going to root for the higher market teams.
Of course.
I mean, all they talk about is the Lakers.
I think it kills them when it killed them when Giannis said he's going to stay in Milwaukee and he won a championship in Milwaukee.
It killed them when Toronto was in the finals.
Because remember the story.
That crap about that too.
Max Kellerman said that Toronto winning the championship was not credible.
But also, like, remember, like, the media was starting to create this scenario where Giannis might want out of Milwaukee. He could possibly leave Milwaukee. It's like, what, like why are you guys doing this? And then, like, he signs this max contract to stay in Milwaukee, and he wins the chip in Milwaukee.
You know what pisses me off about ESPN and Fox Sports stuff? Is that this whole offseason, baseball had these crazy signings, and only talk 5 minutes about it.
Yeah, like they don't care about football.
They do.
Quick question: like the day Skip Bayless ever talks about baseball,
yeah,
like that's gonna be a rarity.
They don't even talk. I mean, even a First Take, Stephen A. Smith likes baseball, but they don't even talk about baseball. They'll talk about Aaron Judge winning MVP or like Verlander signing with the Mets or whatever for like 5 minutes, but don't talk about it.
I gotta be honest, I was kind of shocked that Verlander went to the.
Here's the thing: the media talks about the same things over and over again. Like you don't see them. Here's the thing: you don't see them talking about the success of the Boston Celtics this year.
How many times have they talked about who's better, Jordan or LeBron?
Who gives a crap?
They don't talk about the season that Denver and Boston have been having.
No, they don't even talk about Denver at all.
Like they don't talk about like the Milwaukee Bucks, how they're still like a
they
championship
do talk
contender.
about them during playoff time.
They don't talk about like even when a team that's really good is having a downward spiral. Like they weren't talking about the Phoenix Suns when the Lakers Suns lost Booker and like they were starting to go down.
When the Lakers sucked in the rebuilding phases, the mid 2010 decade.
Oh boy,
they talk about them and they suck. I'm like, why are you talking about them? They suck.
They were talking about the Knicks when they sucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. I couldn't even watch first.
Here's the thing. They weren't even talking. The first year when the Warriors were dominating, they didn't even talk about the Warriors
at all.
No, it was like the Warriors just like caught the league by surprise, but no one talked about it.
Because the Lakers and Boston, those are the two most.
Well, here's the thing:
teams.
they don't even talk about Boston now when Boston's phenomenal.
And I'm sorry, but the Lakers and Boston rivalry is not as big as you think it is now.
Because there's no players that you're invested in. Because
here's the thing, there's no rivalry right now between them. Like exactly. Boston's going to be contending for the next few years. The Lakers have no idea what they're going to be doing.
Well, they're going to take it. They're going to take it as far as LeBron's there, and once LeBron retires, maybe Anthony Davis is still there. But can you rely on Anthony Davis taking you to the final?
It's not going to be a Laker. Come
on. Wait, you talking about street clothes?
Yeah, street clothes. Yeah,
that's
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I know Anthony Davis has that rep. But just be honest, New Orleans is #1 draft pick for 2019. Man, I'm getting that rep too. John Wilson may be the new Anthony Davis if he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So far, the New Orleans Pelicans are having more success with Zion, even though he's missing games, than they did with AD.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, who got serious? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't like. Here's the thing. This is why I watch Inside the NBA when I want to hear about basketball talk, because it's like they talk about all the teams. I trust the input of Charles Barkley, Shaq.
Let's not go that far.
They talk about on
very
on ESPN. They talk about Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, the Dallas Cowboys have been eliminated 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Well, how about this? How about Cowboys all the times on Undisputed Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp have to talk about Tom Brady.
Suck it on Tom Brady.
Yo,
Skip
literally,
Bayless loves Tom Brady.
listen. I'm gonna summarize like LeBron James with first take and undisputed. So first take, like Stephen A. This would be
I like
it
Stephen
on
A. though. I
undisputed.
like Stephen A. Smith. I like
Undisputed. This would be it. Shannon Sharp, go James, go James, go James. Skip Bayless. LeBron James is not clutched. Jordan. Max Kellerman with the laser pointing at the earth, with the game on the line, and then Stephen A. Smith. This is what he'd be like. I agree with you, but you're wrong.
I like Stephen A. Smith dunking on the Cowboys.
Listen. I despise the Cowboys with every passion because I have a friend who freaking loves the Cowboys.
They're the worst fans. They think they're going to win every year.
Yeah, every time
They choke.
Dude, there's a guy who makes fun of the Cowboys, and they use SpongeBob as the Cowboy supporter. I'll send you the link, George. If you're ever on Discord, I'm gonna send
Nate,
you.
you know it's almost been 30 years since the last Super Bowl win.
Dude, that was one I was like, I'm about to be 30, man.
Okay, I was 95 was the last Super Bowl win. I was like 8.
Like, I don't know. Some of these sports franchises, it's like they talk about these same franchises all the time.
Dude, the Giants had 2 titles before. The Giants have 2 titles.
That was more recent than the Dallas Mavericks.
Exactly.
The Dallas Cowboys, not the Mavericks. The Cowboys.
And
those were against Tom Brady. Those were against Tom Brady.
Yeah, and the Mavericks was recent too.
Oh yeah, the Mavericks. That's the thing. Like they don't even talk about like the Dallas Mavericks. Like here's the thing. Like they didn't even talk about Dallas when
the only time
they
talk about the Raptors, even though the Raptors have been good, is when they got Kawhi.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. They were hoping Kawhi would team up with LeBron in LA.
Dude,
that's the media spin. They were like, him and LeBron are gonna team up and take over the league. No, he wanted to go to the Clippers.
Listen. I don't like I said, I dubbed the Clippers Sob City because they've been crying for a superstar.
Oh, they've been crying for a good team for like 30 years. Remember?
Exactly.
They're cursed.
They were a joke.
Remember when they were up 3-1 on Houston?
No, remember before they got Blake Griffin and like Chris Paul and all those guys? They were a terrible team for like 20 years. They were bad. They're always like at least close to being last.
Hold on.
Yo, here's the thing. They thought their fortunes changed when they got Doc Rivers, but guess what?
That's
when Doc Rivers
when they got Chris Paul.
They thought their fortunes changed when they got Michael Candy.
Oh my goodness!
You remember that?
That's crazy.
They got Alton Brand, right? They drafted Alton Brand, and
yeah.
They were bad in the 2000s.
They were.
The Clippers.
So they really traded Patrick Beverley for Mo Bamba.
Yeah, that's a steal for the Lakers.
Oh my God, they got to be the dumbest people on the planet. Why are you doing this, man? That is just dumb.
Yo, it reminds me of the time like the Lakers gave Kwame Brown away for Pau Gasol.
I still laugh so hard from that one because that gave me one of my favorite Stephen A. Smith moments of all time.
They gave us Kwame Brown. Who cares? They gave up Kwame Brown.
The best one, he's like, dude, literally eviscerated him, saying, this man is a bona fide scrub.
I'll say this about Michael Jordan. He may be the best player of all time.
He was
management.
Yo, he drafted Kwame Brown. He drafted, remember Adam Morrison?
Oh,
yes.
Man.
That was a big bust.
He was not good management.
Actually, here's the thing. The reason why Jordan wanted to draft Kwame Brown so that they could trade with the Clippers for Elton Brand, but they didn't do it.
Oh my goodness!
But imagine if Kwame Brown was on that Clippers team, I think he would have been great.
Could you imagine if like instead of the Cavaliers drafting Anthony Bennett, like Michael Jordan drafted Anthony Bennett?
Oh Lord.
for the
I just
Bobcats.
remember.
Hornets.
You know what's favorite? You know what
Hey,
my
it's
favorite thing
better
about Michael
than
Jordan?
Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
Oh, that was a big bust.
My favorite thing about Michael Jordan, though, was not his playing days. I mean, like, he was a great player. Love watching him play. But my
Yeah.
favorite thing is when he slapped
He was a
Malik
total.
Monk in the
He
back
was a
of the
douche
head.
as a player.
Yeah, he was a douche.
Yo,
But
he
so
punched
does-
Steve Kerr in the eye.
Exactly. He was a douche. Dude pretty much Roman Reigns the entire Chicago
Dude.
Bulls team.
Yo, remember the Last Dance? Like you saw him bullying Scott Burrell, whatever his
Exactly.
name was.
Michael Jordan basically Roman Reigns the entire Chicago Bulls organization.
he's not. He was not. He was not really a liked person. And Scottie Pippen hated him.
Oh, yo,
Roman
Scotty
Reigns.
resents
I repeat.
Michael.
Roman
Mhm.
Reigns there. That's all I gotta say about that one.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like
I mean-
he resented.
You should be on my
And
wrestling
Jay.
streams, Nate. You mean?
I'll do that next. I'll try to be on that.
Okay.
Like, oh my goodness, like yeah, no, the Last Dance, like that really caused a rift between Scotty and Michael.
They
Scotty
hit-
got screwed out of a contract though. Like he
Oh, he
didn't
got-
have a-
he got messed like literally.
Well, also here's the thing, we talk about the Last Dance. You know what Kyrie has proven that he is a million times more toxic than Dennis Rodman.
Damn.
Yo, listen, Rodman may have
That
partied
is true,
and
and
may
that's
have
sad.
had his own antics sometimes, but it was like, you know what? He showed up to games as long as he didn't get suspended, and you know what? He played his heart out, and he knew his role.
No, Dennis Rodman. I don't care what anybody says. Dennis Rodman. I said this. I said this to everybody. Dennis Rodman is the best defensive player.
Yo, he was
Or-
great.
He was the best. Dude, I never seen a guy who battled 5 positions,
That's true.
sacrificed his body for rebounds, and still keeps going. That is ridiculous.
So, but yeah, no, literally, Kyrie to me is probably the most toxic superstar to ever play in the NBA.
Ooh.
That to me, from what I've seen,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
I'm not sure.
I've never seen a guy,
Gilbert Arenas.
I don't count Gilbert Arenas as a superstar,
He was for a few years. I mean,
The
that Washington
hockey-
team, he averaged like 30
he was-
points.
but it's I've never seen a dude basically say so many times I'm going to stay with the team and then
That's
demand a trade or
Sprewell?
go on free agency.
No, Sprewell.
Sprewell was never a star. He was never
Yeah.
an all-star.
Yeah, he wasn't also.
I think he made a couple All-Stars.
Charles Barkley. No, not Charles.
Charles Barkley was a little toxic. I mean, no, but back in those days when Charles Barkley played, a lot of superstars were kind of pests. kind of
But
like
here's the thing.
jerks.
They showed up on the court.
I
yeah,
agree with you.
because he had to. Because those days there was a lot of
There was a lot of
banging. Yeah, there's
and
a lot of
pride. Like
there was
literally.
there was a lot of banging and hitting each other back then. There is still
They-
now,
they,
but
they
not
played
to the
their
extent
heart.
it was
They
back
played
then.
their hearts out though. Like
Yeah.
Kyrie, it's well,
You don't care.
my philosophical battle is more important than basketball.
Because in basketball, you see like one or two, maybe a few fights a year now. But back then, there was a lot of fights.
Did you see the fight between Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks?
I hate.
Derrick Rose is dirty, man.
I despise Dylan Brooks with every fiber.
I despise him. I despise him as a Canadian.
Oh, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he is.
I remember when Joakim Noah tried to get into fights with LeBron James.
Well, the bro would pussy out of fights.
Yeah, he would. Joakim always pussy out.
Like Joakim Noah would egg LeBron on, and LeBron would be like, you ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Because he's LeBron. You're like, dude, you lost, and he's like, I laughed last because I beat you. Oh man, I still remember that 7 games. I still remember that 7 games with the Bulls and prime Derrick Rose with that big 3. Ooh, that was still one of my.
Oh man, Derrick Rose is the biggest what if.
I knew he was going to get hurt because of the style he played.
And also because of Tibbs.
Yeah.
Yo, literally, here's the thing. That first game against Philly where Derrick Rose got hurt, the Bulls were up. They could have benched Derrick Rose more.
I would have benched him too, yeah. But Tibbs doesn't want to do that.
No, he I mean, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose. I know he didn't turn out to become the superstar that I thought he was, but he had a pretty solid career.
Yeah,
he made
but
something out.
Yeah, but we knew that we wanted him to be a star.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted him to be that guy, that superstar. Because literally, the last time the Bulls had a superstar like that was Jordan, and we thought he was going to be that guy.
Oh yeah, that was been a long time. Jimmy Butler was, I guess, the closest thing to the superstar they had.
Yeah,
Like I never counted Jimmy Butler as a true superstar though.
yeah, because the reason why he's not a superstar because of the titles.
Or he
He's
did, yeah,
he's an upper echelon star, but he's not a superstar.
no,
Superstar is one of those championships who wins titles.
and he's not somebody like that gets its media attention all that much.
Of course, because it's Miami. It's
Yeah,
not the Lakers. It's not the Lakers. It's not the
unless it's like LeBron in Miami or Wade. You have to be like, not caliber.
mm,
But yeah, those are some
but
trades.
this this playoffs is these this is going to be very interesting. How they're going to who's going to be tops like the play in
I hate to
for
play it honestly.
the
I hate
No,
I
the
know
playing I think is so dumb.
it is
Now hockey, NHL is thinking of implementing that possibly.
hell no
No,
no.
no. I back to 1 versus 8, please.
Thank you. 1 versus 8 is better because I don't want to have that matchup. But this play, I just don't like 7, 8 through 8, and 9 and 10. It just
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
you're either a playoff team or you're not. You're either a top eight.
Or not.
Yeah, play in. What's the fuck is play in? Like
And,
really?
then he's like, you're working
And,
hard out, and then you're gonna have to win 2 games to get in the playoffs.
you know what
Literally,
it is?
that's just dumb.
It's just freaking revenue, money, more money. That's it. That's just one more money. It's owners wanting more money,
Yep, yep.
and it's it's ridiculous. It's
Okay.
really ridiculous to play in. I never. I mean,
Here's
remember
the
we were
thing:
just
it might have made sense in the bubble when like
Yeah,
some of the teams were like very close
yeah,
after like the delay of the season, but it was
yeah.
like after that, like
you
it
should have
didn't make
stopped.
sense.
Yeah, you should have
Do
stopped.
you remember when they were discussing possibly like an in-season tournament?
Yeah, like what was that
What is
about?
this March Madness now?
Yeah, no, like an in-season tournament, and then also like they still do the NBA playoffs. I'm like,
Oh no,
why?
that's just stupid. That's just dumb.
Why? Doesn't have to be like this. Doesn't have to be like soccer because soccer has they each soccer leagues have whatever league they have. English Premier League have their like obviously their season, but also they have in-season tournaments, or they also play with against other teams in different tournaments against from teams from other countries leagues. They have that,
Mm.
but no, we don't need it to be like that. No, no in-season tournaments or any sport. Get rid of play-in one versus 8 playoff seed, except for football because football has 7 teams, right?
Mm.
Obviously, and baseball has 6 teams. So that's
To be honest, it would be perfect for a play-in, the WNBA.
yeah.
Ah, no one cares about the WNBA, even though the Liberty now has become a freaking juggernaut now. That's just crazy. That is crazy. You got.
Oh yeah, they're stacked, right? Because they got Brianna Stewart.
I was like, so you better make this work. Whoever the coach is, because if they don't, you'll be fired. I'm telling you that right now. You're gonna get fired quick.
I don't even pay. I don't pay attention to WNBA that much.
The only reason why I don't pay attention is because they miss shots so much.
Can
Oh
you
god,
dunk? That's what I want to know.
not even dunking. I mean, dude, there was a layup, wide open layup, miss, and I was like, oh my god, it was so cringe. I love WNBA, but it's so cringe. It was cringe. Oh boy. On the bright side, though, the XFL will be coming back, so that'll be a really good.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts.
Hey! I believe in Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, really? Ever since Black Adam?
Hey! Why you
Oh
got
my
this?
goodness.
Why you got disrespect? Why you got disrespect like
You know,
that?
been caught lying about Black Adam.
Listen, no, listen. Dwayne Johnson can lie because he's Dwayne freaking Johnson. If it was like Ben Affleck, it's like, who the fuck are you? You're Ben Affleck. But this is
rock bottom.
Dwayne Johnson, bro. He can lie.
Did you hear? Did you know what the Twitter stuff happened today with the Snyderverse? Did you hear what happened?
Oh my god!
No, I didn't care about it. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, the Snyderverse, the Snyder cultists are going insane because James Gunn basically said, you notice this the hashtag sells Snyderverse to Netflix? You notice that?
Yeah.
So James Gunn said, "This is the craziest hashtag I ever read." He said, "Yeah, we're not selling this and that. No, this is not. This is basically not happening." I got the tweets right here, actually.
Listen. James Gunn has already proven to me what the slot is. It's saying F your Snyder cults. We are not bringing this back. We're starting anew. They're pretty much basically AEW right now. They're putting in their new fresh faces. They're removing their CM Punk and they're starting anew.
CM Punk. Oh yeah, he said he talked to Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder is like happy. Like Zack Snyder has not expressed interest in coming back.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I think Zack Snyder is drained because literally not only with that situation, and then the loss of his daughter, with that situation, and then you have all the backstage politicking from Warner Brothers. I mean, you can't.
Degrassi. I heard a joke. I heard that joke. He's not the only
Degrassi's the
one who said that.
No, but I just feel like he needed to go somewhere. He needed to be his own person again. And James Gunn, I like James Gunn. I believe James Gunn is gonna kill it. I can't wait to see his horror movie Swamp Thing. Oh my God!
James Mangold's movie.
Oh, James Mangold doing that? Oh,
he has interest.
I love James.
Well, he's apparently in talks. It's not official, but
okay. But if James Mangold directing Swamp Thing, I'm all for it because I'm already a fan of him from the Wolverine series, so I'm good on that standpoint. But I can't wait for my Green Lantern, boy. That's my guy. I've been waiting.
The Rock's gonna be Jon Stewart.
Hey, listen. Green Lantern has been disrespected for years on live action.
They should race Ben. They should race Ben Jon Stewart for the actual Jon Stewart.
Wait, you mean Hal Jordan? Hal Jordan is good.
Yeah, no, Jon Stewart. That like from the Green Lantern, Jon Stewart. They should change his color and make Jon Stewart be Jon Stewart.
What the heck does that even mean?
You don't know Jon Stewart? You know from the Daily Show?
I know Jon Stewart you're talking about, but I was like,
what they should do is change Jon Stewart, make him white, and have Jon Stewart be Jon Stewart.
No, remove Hal Jordan, and then you get Jon Stewart.
Oh, you can do that. Jon Stewart.
Hal Jordan for Jon Stewart. I say you're Jon Stewart.
J&J Lanterns.
Yeah, exactly. Booster Gold though is very interesting. I can't wait for that.
Booster. Oh, I call it the Booster.
Booster Gold is going to be very
Booster Gold.
Actually, I have a question. Which actor would you want to play Booster Gold? Because I already have my.
Not. I'm just gonna say Chris Pratt.
No, God no.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am Chris Pratt.
Glenn Powell. I think Glenn Powell.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Actually,
I rewatched Top Gun Maverick on Saturday. He was awesome in that film.
I would be okay with that, but if Jack Quaid, that's a good one too. To be honest, I know it's another WWE guy, and I think he'll play the role very well. I'm picking The Miz. I believe The Miz could do very well as.
But The Miz does direct home video movies.
Listen to me. Remember, The Rock did director home movies before too. Remember, so
but The Miz is not The Rock.
but remember, The Rock wasn't The Rock. He was still a wrestler. He's not Dwayne Johnson now.
But he's no John Cena.
Hey, listen, John Cena was direct to home video, so stop it. Stop
The reason
it.
The Miz is not going to get those roles because he's not a big time star in WWE
Dude,
compared to like Roman Reigns, John
listen,
Cena,
the
The Rock,
Miz is
Batista.
already out. The Miz is already out. I just think that Booster Gold will be the time. This is his moment to make him the guy.
I know who. How about Austin Theory? Booster Gold.
You know, good and dang well. He's too young.
I know.
He's too young.
He'd be annoying. You're annoying Booster
He'll
Gold.
be a good Superboy though, if you want to give him that. He'll be a good Superboy.
Seth Rollins should be the Joker.
Nah.
That's his character.
Seth Rollins gotta be Two Face. He gotta be Two Face. It just fits. I don't care what Roman Reigns. I don't care. I've been after he's finished with his bloodline and the Rock feud. I want Roman Reigns
Rock
as
feud's not happening.
Galactus. I want Roman Reigns as Galactus in Marvel.
Only The Rock could pull it off for him.
No,
Because he ain't going to go do DC now that The Rock's out of the picture.
Nah. What do you want him to be? Darkseid? No, I ain't doing
Roman
that.
Reigns is Lobo.
Nah.
'Cause everybody- 'cause he doesn't-
No, either Lobo or Vandal Savage. That's mine too.
Yeah, I jacked off Vandal Savage. Wow.
Vandal Savage, but Lobo.
Yo. He kind of does look like Jason Momoa a bit.
Yes. Bump all that. We don't need no Aquaman. I need my guy. I need my. Now that would be interesting. If Jason Momoa is gonna leave, who's gonna be Aquaman?
Yeah, some blonde guy.
I mean, there's a lot of blonde guys.
I don't know. But I'm gonna end this soon because Max's stream. Well, I'll go 10 more minutes long. You think Kyrie Irving's movie Uncle Drew is gonna get a sequel?
Oh my
No,
goodness.
no, it won't. No, it will not. Stop.
Who's gonna want to see? Who gonna want to see that?
Space Jam 3. Sorry, Kyrie Irving.
Like,
That's not, our silence says everything. Eric.
Oh my god! I actually did not see that movie, but that's hilarious.
It was. Don't. I don't hate LeBron. I don't. But him as an executive producer or as a director, no, as an executive producer, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. Just be an actor.
Don't even be an actor. Just be. You know what LeBron should do? After he retires, just be a coach.
Nah, he ain't gonna be no coach. Listen, all the star players are never good coaches.
I know that's true. He should. You probably. I think he might end up owning a team.
he's
got
gonna be a
about
better
10
owner
years,
than
isn't he?
Michael Jordan.
Own Cleveland. He's gonna own Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He will own Cleveland. I am telling you that right now. He will own Cleveland. Because I don't like the guy. The guy is a tool.
Who's the best basketball player that turned actor? It's probably like Rick Fox.
Rick Fox sucks.
Yeah, but like he's only good at basketball player turned actor because I can't really think of any other ones.
There's like other.
Oh, John Sally maybe.
Exactly. John Sally is a great.
John Sally, he was like.
But
one
did
of the
you
funniest
have you watched?
things.
You know what? One of my favorite basketball movies that I guess talk about a lot. There's two of them. Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg. You see that? And it's Celtic Pride.
You mean the one with Damon Wayans?
I think Celtic Pride is the one with Daniel Stern and Dan Aykroyd kidnap.
Damon Wayans.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
He was in Oz. Oh yeah, that's the one that I didn't care for.
Yeah, he was in Oz. Yeah. Celtic Pride was hilarious.
It was. I heard it was funny, but I didn't care for it because they're a better basketball. Like he's got game, which is better. Rick Fox was in that one too.
We haven't had a good sports movie in some time, man.
Yeah, there is. There's multiple sports movies.
No, in a while we haven't had a good one.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Like, we haven't had a good baseball one. We haven't had like a good basketball. Moneyball is factually incorrect, though.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Some of the stuff is actually did happen, but there was a lot of stuff that was held out.
Oh, so it was exaggerated.
It was, yes.
Oh.
Well, first of all, that team lost in the playoffs that year. Okay, to the Yankees again, and the Jonah Hill's character, he was made up.
Of course he was.
Okay, and here's the thing, Billy. Billy Bean. He came out years later, so obviously it's not factual anymore. He's not. He's gay. In that movie, he was not gay because he had a wife and a kid. But he came out years later after that movie came out saying he was gay. And also,
I always had a sense he was because he had that vibe coming off of him.
Yeah, I think he was hiding it. So
I totally understand.
I mean, that movie had great positive reviews. People loved it. The critics loved it. I think it got nominated for Oscars and stuff. But it was actually
it had Brad freaking Pitt in it.
And a lot of stuff in that movie were factually incorrect.
Of course, it was factually incorrect, but they didn't care about that. They cared about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
To quote Vin Diesel, the movie.
Family.
Oh, that trailer comes out soon.
Tomorrow, man.
Dude,
family.
It's gonna be terrible. Listen, how much more Fast and the Furious we need? We don't need it anymore.
We're live. We're gonna go to Fast and Furious 100. That's what
man. You know what I need? You know what I need? Freaking Vin Diesel to do. I need Vin Diesel to do not another D&D game, another D&D TV show. Make a TV show on HBO. Make it a D&D. Make it fun. Make it better instead of doing all these stupid movies. Go D&D. Go to HBO and make a D&D video TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Since he liked the freaking game. New white man. Wait.
Yeah, there is a new white man can't jump. Yeah. Okay, so got canceled for this, but they should make a movie called Why Black Man Can't Skate.
What the hell? Who said that?
Well, like white man can't jump?
Yeah. I'm joking, guys. I'm not racist or anything like that, but there is actual stereotype of that. It was that.
No.
And swimming too.
No. That was gonna be my next one. He's like, black man can't swim.
Yeah, swimming and skating.
I see black people. Yeah, I just never. When people say they never see this, like swimming's a stereotype. They're like, did you forget that we do swim?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
I know.
Oh my god, it's so terrible.
It is. Like, who is the best white dunker of all time in the NBA? Aaron Gordon? Is he considered white or is he mixed?
He mixed.
Mixed?
Both
Blake
of them
Griffin's mixed.
Yeah, them and Blake Griffin are mixed.
What European players were great dunkers? Because that's all I can think of.
That's a question. I don't even know either.
Because I don't think I've seen many Europeans dunk. Unless they're like,
they never dunk.
Yeah. I think dunking is really a North American thing, honestly.
I don't remember a white guy dunking like crazy. I'm sorry.
No. It's a bad. Woody Harrelson, baby. I don't know if I can jump. Woody Harrelson. I don't know.
You said, am I the only one who heard Willie Nelson?
No, really not.
I was like, who the hell? I was like, Willie Nelson dog?
I said Woody Harrelson if I might
okay. I was just
Willie
I didn't know Willie Nelson dunks. I was like, a country man?
I mean,
he's on the road again?
Willie Nelson could jump. Good dunk. I bet he can.
Yeah.
When he's high,
when he's high. Exactly. When he has a blood in his.
I don't know. Does Luka Doncic dunk? Like, I don't watch Dallas games.
Not really, no.
So I can't, like.
I don't know. But
I'm literally looking up white dunkers right now.
White dunkers.
White NBA dunkers. I'm really looking it up, and there's like, I'm trying to find. I really tried to find a dunker.
I haven't watched the NBA dunk contest in years because I find it so not entertaining
It sucks.
anymore.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
I
It's
don't know,
not-
yeah, it's like
the last time was the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I love that man.
Yeah.
Ever since then, everybody's now sucking. I'm literally checking. Right now, and it's crazy.
I'd rather watch a celebrity all-star game the night before than the dunk contest.
you know, Aaron. I just saw something. You know what I can see Kyrie doing? I can see Kyrie like randomly hashtag tweeting "Restore the Snyderverse." I can see Kyrie randomly doing that.
Can I legally own that hashtag or that name, Restore the Snyderverse? Because I don't think technically anybody owns it, right?
I have no idea.
Maybe I could legally trademark it. Do you think I could trademark it?
I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be funny. If I could trademark it, I'd be like, yeah, we should actually, I'll be it to everybody. Yeah, you should tweet us out.
Okay, guys. These are the top 10 white men.
Yeah, they do.
Oh boy.
Okay,
These
we'll
are
end
the
it
top-
after this.
Okay, number 10 is Jordan Farmar.
Oh yeah, I remember him from Lakers.
Number 9 is Larry Bird.
Larry Bird dunked.
Yes. Number
Wait.
8 is Rudy Fernandez.
There's a
I remember
European
that guy.
Yeah.
There's a European
Number
guy.
7 is Rex Chapman.
Oh, Max Chapman. Yeah, I know him.
Number 6 is Bob Sura.
Bob Sir. Oh my god, yeah, I remember.
Number
him.
5 is Dan Mangerlo. I don't know how you say
I
it.
know him. I remember him. He played for
Number
Phoenix, I think.
4, Number 4 is Brent Berry.
Brent Berry dunked? Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He won the dunk contest, yes.
Oh my god.
Now I
Number
remember when
three-
Rudy Fernandez like did some kind of weird move on him, and like that's when he decided to retire.
Number 3 is Chris Anderson, the Birdman.
Oh, the Birdman.
Oh yeah, Chris
Birdman.
Anderson. That guy was nuts.
He had all
Number-
those weird tattoos.
Number
Mhm.
two was Manu Ginobili.
Ginobili, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Manu Duncan.
And number 1 is Tom Chambers. He is the greatest white dunker of all time. That is your top 10 white men.
And I'll say this. Dwight Howard did not dunk that ball.
Of course he didn't dunk the ball, but he was Superman though.
Oh my goodness.
Da, da, da.
What did Skip Bayless one time say about Dwight Howard? He looked like Tarzan but played like Jane.
Oh, that
Whoa.
was one of the greatest birds Skip Bayless ever did.
Skip Bayless doesn't give a shit, man. He doesn't care. He says
He's just there to troll.
Listen,
yeah. He's
I
a character. He's a
still-
character.
I still remember where he was literally saying Tim Tebow is a bigger box
Oh,
office.
remember the Tim Tebow song?
Yeah, he said Tim Tebow is a bigger box office than Kobe Bryant. I was like,
What?
he said that.
Oh, so who talks about Tim Tebow now? People still talk about Kobe even though he's passed.
No, he still, but like Tim Tebow, he's like, and then this was skipping. Yeah, he's like, you're saying that Tim Tebow is more box office than Kobe Bryant? He's like, yes. He's like, go to commercial. He literally left the building.
Yo, Stephen A was
Did
furious.
Skip Bayless also say James Harden's the greatest Houston Rocket of all time?
No, he did not.
Yo,
Somebody
no,
said
here's
that.
the thing. I remember one time, like, he made an all-time great players list. He ranked Karl Malone and who? Oh my goodness, Bill Walton over Steph Curry. He ranked them higher than Steph.
Stop the cap.
He also ranked James Harden like higher than Steph.
Oh, I mean,
Like-
Karl Malone. I mean,
Oh, Karl Malone's a piece of garbage.
he's a
human
trash
being.
player, but he's a trash person. But as a player, I mean, he played defense. He was good in the post. I mean, Steph Curry might be the best shooter of all time, but everything else he's not that great at. Really, I don't.
I
Bill
gotta-
Walton, I haven't seen play, but I've seen Karl Malone play, and those Utah Jazz teams, I did think could have beat those Bulls teams. the 97, 98. I think they could have beat those Bulls team.
No, they want to beat them. They want to beat
They
them.
almost did though.
They almost did, but remember, Stockton was on his last legs on that one, and
Yeah,
then
he was.
and then you had freaking Robin was all over, was literally making work for the entire Malone the entire series, and plus he was hella tired at that time, so they weren't gonna win that one. I'm sorry, they weren't gonna win.
You know, you guys know, like Karl Malone also was hitting on Kobe's wife.
Yes,
Come on.
yeah. I remember that one because that was during the time where the 04, 05 season. Boy, that was
Like he made this like comment to Kobe's wife, like wearing a cowboy hat, saying something about rounding up the like forgive me for saying this, like Mexican girls or something.
anyway, and
That's
then
like
Kobe,
weird, like like what?
and then Kobe and him were arguing like crazy, and that's when the rift between, and that was the rift between
that stuff.
Because Shaq was defending Carl, and then Kobe's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, we're teammates. This guy has just got here. Who the hell are you?" And that's when the rift started, and that's when
That stuff destroyed Indiana Pacers. Remember that one year when LeBron was still on Miami, but Indiana was like first in the East.
Oh yeah, wasn't like Roy Hibbert like seeing Paul George's girlfriend or something?
That team was really, really good. And
Paul George ate shit, man. I'm sorry. Karl Malone was trying to get to her BDB.
Hey, at least he took wrestling serious, unlike Dennis Rodman.
Let's not go that far.
I mean, he was better in the ring than Rodman ever was.
I mean, the guy got the guy got like 6 championships. So.
Yeah, but that's in basketball. In wrestling, he was a better worker than Rodman.
Well, of course. Well, you see, Dennis Rodman did not care about wrestling.
No.
He didn't care about wrestling. Karl Malone was sort of a wrestling fan because remember he was back in.
I remember the time Karl Malone like made Isaiah Thomas bleed.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I remember that, and he was hot. That dude was furious. Was furious at Karl Malone.
Yo, remember when Isaiah Thomas got snubbed from the Dream Team?
Because of Jordan.
Yeah, because of Jordan.
Well, I think like also like other players didn't want him on that team as well. Because remember he was saying stuff about like Magic Johnson.
They saying he was gay and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like the Piston players.
Yeah, they did.
They
because
hated
they were
Pistons.
they were assholes.
Yes.
They were assholes. Even Patrick Ewing said, "Yo, I freaking hated Isaiah Thomas. He was such a douche."
Yeah, and then when he retired from basketball, he's like one of the nicest guys.
Yo, Isaiah Thomas is like one of the nicest dudes on broadcast TV.
I know. I was like, what the hell?
He was a terrible president. He was a terrible president.
Oh my goodness! Remember when
he was not a good coach either.
That was a dark day. I will say that.
Those were the dark ages.
That was a dark.
I mean, if Phil Jackson kind of fix the Knicks, almost nothing could fix the Knicks.
Dude. There's one way to fix the Knicks, Aaron. We gotta get money to buy out James Dolan. We gotta buy.
He owns the Rangers though, and the Rangers do.
Listen. You know why the Rangers has been successful? Because he's not involved. That's why. The reason why the Knicks has sucked for years because he's involved.
I mean,
and I bet you if the Knicks were off his hands and he gone to the Rangers, he would be doing the same thing he did with the Knicks.
I didn't know about the story about him, Patrick Ewing, trying to get into Madison Square Garden where they have like face scanners, and the security guard wouldn't let him in because he didn't, and he had to scan his face. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a 7-foot guy. I'm like, of course I'll be a basketball player. I didn't know about that story.
Dude. This is Patrick Ewing still hasn't forgive James Dolan for trading him to the Orlando Magic, and he was because all he wanted was to get better pieces because he won a championship. He wants it for New York. He's been in New York for like how God
Whole
knows how
career
long.
basically at the
Yeah,
time.
his whole career. And he said, all I wanted was one more shot at the championship. And instead, they traded him to another team, and they had failed off ever since.
And they were in the champ. They were in the no. They
He
were
is
in
an
the
idiot. I
champion.
agree.
Was it 99 2000? They were in
It
the
was
final.
99, but you were with it. But you had a young Tim Duncan, and an experienced.
Retiring David Robinson, who was still
No,
good.
no, he wasn't retiring yet, but he was.
Oh.
He's experienced. 2003 was the one he retired, but when you have a experienced David Robinson and you got a young Tim Duncan, and you got uh, Greg Popovich in his like infancy, oh yeah, they weren't gonna win. I'm sorry. The last, I tell you, the only shot that they had was in that Game 7 against the Houston Rockets. If John Starks just made like
Yes.
a few shots, they would have won the championship. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. James Jones is an idiot.
Yo, can I just say this? Greg Popovich is like the one coach that's not afraid to get ejected.
Agree. I would.
He will take the ejection.
And he used it as motivation.
He must be the longest serving coach. When did he become coach of San Antonio? What year?
Like 97, I think 1996,
No.
1997.
Let me double check.
Bill Belichick might have a year on him on tenure. I think Belichick became the Patriots coach in like 96, maybe 97, because I think those two in North American sports have the longest tenure as a coach of their team so far. That haven't been like let go or like moved on. I gotta give, and Jerry Sloan had a long tenure as a coach with Utah.
Oh no, it was 1991.
Wow, that's where you know what we gotta give credit to that because you know how hard it is for a coach to even last 2 years or 3 years now, and this guy almost lasted 30. If they lasted 30 years,
Actually, no, I'm even. Yeah, no. Let me double check. 1987.
87.
Yeah, this is 2023. Yep, 87.
Oh my God, he probably owns the team.
Well, he's.
Yo, remember when Jerry Sloan got like pushed? Didn't he get pushed out by Darren Williams? And then
Yeah.
Darren Williams.
He retired.
Because of Darren Williams. I think he retired because of Darren Williams.
Yeah, that's
Darren
what I
Williams-
mean. Like he was pushed out because like he felt like he had to retire because of Darren.
That's
Yo,
sad.
that's the thing. Why is it that the Nets get these all-star point guards that are toxic?
You know why? Because they want to win. Story. Listen, say what you will about. I would take a Stephon Marbury over a Darren Williams,
Yes.
and he was crazy, but not as crazy as Darren Williams. Kyrie.
Oh, like.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Those were the days, the
I
Stephon
love-
Marbury days.
Oh man, if I imagine Stephon was with like RJ and Julius and Toppin.
A problem with Stephon is he's kind of a selfish kind of player too.
But he's
Basically-
very good facilitator. He's pretty much
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell. He's basically D'Angelo Russell.
I think he was on Brooklyn at first. I think got traded for Kidd.
No. He was in Phoenix first. Then he went to Jersey. No, he went to Jersey. Then he went to
Yeah.
Phoenix, and that's when they got his start. And
When he went back to Phoenix for Kidd, right?
yeah, and then they went to the the Knicks. I'm telling you, Jason Kidd with the Nets. I really wanted the Nets to win. I really did. I really wanted because I thought the Nets really had a wonderful shot. I really wanted Kenny Martin to win because I'm a huge Kenny Martin fan.
Oh yeah, and
Also, F. Richard Jefferson too. Freak him, freaking douche. He always go after the Knicks. He always goes after the Knicks every time. It really irritates.
Oh, at least he's unlike Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith refuses to go into Madison Square Garden.
Of course. Wouldn't you? Listen, as a diehard Knicks fan, you would not want to give this terrible owner money out of your pocket.
That's true, but if they're playing my Raptors or the Rangers are playing my Leafs, I would love to see that.
No, no. Listen. Okay, say what you will. Say you have an owner who literally disrespects his fans every year, and every
Whoa,
time.
we had that in Toronto from like the 70s to the 80s, and named Harold Ballard.
Man, that's not the Knicks.
No, it's
That's
worse
not
than
a
Knicks. The stuff he's done is worse than the Knicks.
oh,
He's actually been in prison.
he's in prison.
Yeah, Harold Ballard's actually been in prison. He's been misogynistic. He has been done stuff to some of the players don't like. Some of the star players did not like him. And then on the Leafs, he's done. You know what he did once?
What?
It was so hot at Maple Leaf Gardens, and you know you have air conditioning and stuff like that. But he forced them to turn off air conditioning so people could just buy water bottles.
What the?
I'll never forget on Inside the NBA or like NBA Open Court, they were talking about coaches they would never play for. Dominic Wilkins talked about this one coach named Chris Ford that literally would like talk about players' families.
I'm sure Degrassi, you know what I'm talking about. You probably heard of Harold Ballard before. I know Degrassi might have heard of him.
But yeah, no, like some of these coaches, like there's been some really wacky coaches in basketball. Like no, like that coach Chris Ford, like he looked like one of those outlaws in like a Clint Eastwood Western movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like Bobby Knight in college who would like throw chairs at people.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Aaron probably thinking I used to throw chairs in high school.
Yeah, did you?
No.
I remember I threw a chair. I remember throwing the chair like a WWE at a person's back, and they'd be like, and I could hear one kid is like, "Oh my God, he killed him! As God is my witness, he is broken in half." It was horrible.
No, the most tense I've ever gotten was like I almost got into a heated argument with like an opposing fan. Like when I was filming the game, there was this like dude that was like, "Come on, ref, stupid idiot!" So like after the game, like after I cheer for my team for winning, he's like, "Are you done?" Like I was like, "Hey man, I'm just like cheering for my team." He's like, "Those refs are rigging the game!" Like he was just like ready to me. I was
Oh
like,
no! Listen. He's talking.
People gamble.
Oh yeah, I remember they one gambled on a high school game. They gambled the spread, and when the guy won, oh he did not want to win that.
Oh man, the Bulls are losing by 10 points to this like role-playing Brooklyn Nets team.
Where's Brooklyn at?
The role players. We're junior varsity.
Cam Thomas.
I'll never forget the time I almost played a shirts versus skins like basketball game before practice.
Yeah, I would
game. These guys that were like I guess like junior varsity rejects a couple of years before we came along were like, "Why don't we challenge you guys to a shirts versus skins basketball game?" Oh, I was shirts.
Thank God. No, I know like the skin. I don't know why people do that. That's just weird.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, sports sports can be so much fun, but they can also be very tense.
And toxic.
I remember one time I almost had to run onto the court to like prevent one of the players from ripping off the head of another player.
That's pretty much every day.
Like literally like this one of our players like he had this crazed look in his eyes and he was like about to like get into a fight with another player on the opposing team. But like because the player was so big, I was worried that like trying to like break up the fight, he would just like throw me like into the bleachers.
Every time I had that situation where I just be like, there's like that moment where you're gonna be like, wait, stop. Hold on a second. Don't attack me. Can't we just talk for a moment? It's like, yeah. I was like, why are you attacking me first? It was like, because you insulted my team. I was like, That's it. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you all for coming on. It's been 2 hours. Well, actually, an hour and 50, but almost 2 hours. But thank you all for coming on. George, where can I find you?
Oh, they can find me at the George, and I plan on talking about the Ant-Man movies this weekend. And Quantum Aim's coming up, and I'm also doing an open topic stream on Saturday. Don't know what time yet.
This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday. I don't know what
Oh.
time yet. Because I don't think Max is doing To the Max on Saturday. He's saving it for the Nerd Bowl, right?
Yeah, he might be doing it for a Nerd Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know what time yet, but you can find me at the George, and there's my... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not a mod on your sports thing, so I can't put my link in.
I'll put it in. Just put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the private chat for you. I'm so used to putting it in your other channel.
I know. Okay. Nate, go ahead if you have anything, bro.
Well, you'll find me talking with my buddy Josh, and Josh Order of Reverend. We literally talk about wrestling, sports, and other random stuff. We'll be having even Scroob Talk. That'll be our Scroob Talk podcast. Probably, I don't know, maybe next week. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you all for listening for this special trade deadline show.
Brooklyn sucks. That's my stance.
Kyrie Irving is a terrible human being.
I agree with you.
And yeah, check out an hour from Max's show. He may not be on, he may be late, but yeah. And it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be pretty epic. His stream tonight, I guarantee it.
Oh my goodness,
Lord, I'm gonna spoil. If I was in there, I'll be annoying the crap out of every single one of you, just for fun.
Okay, then take care, guys.
It's gonna be an interesting stream.